What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another WornKibbles video. Today I've got a crazy story for you about one of the worst, craziest punishments that my track coach has ever given anybody, and it was pretty crazy, so I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I'll put on some gameplay, and let's get right into the video. Alright, so I'm just going to start this off by saying that I have the most intense track coach of all time, and we're going to call him Mr. Rowe. Now, to be honest, Mr. Rowe gives really good advice, and he cares a lot about the team and what he does, like coaching and all that. But that being said, he is like a super strict guy and wants us all to eat well, sleep well, and put like every single essence of our being into his running program. Like, if there's somebody smirking during team meeting, he has no problem calling them out in front of everyone. I mean, one time a kid farted, and then he launched into a 30-minute talk about how learning to fart quietly is a life skill. And of course, he has a point. Like, to run well, you do kind of got to do the things like sleeping and eating well too, but I'll admit his standards were a little high. And everyone must be at practice on time every day. If you skip or you're like too late, you don't get to race. You're out. And another thing about race day, you don't get to celebrate after the meet unless you did good, and not just decent or what you think is good, but what Mr. Rowe thinks is good, which is usually just winning. I mean, I swear, one time my friend ran a really good personal record in a race, but when he finished happy, Mr. Rowe just shook his head in disappointment because he got like third instead of first. But anyway, with how strict Mr. Rowe is, it is never a good idea to break one of his rules. I mean, he will give you harder training, plain and simple. Now, he has a lot of rules. I mean, there was zero farting around with Mr. Rowe, and one of his rules was that he wanted everybody to stay at track meets until the end to support the team, which makes sense. Again, like, a lot of his rules, like, did make sense, but the way that he, like, enforced them wasn't amazing. I mean, if you run first and then just leave, like, how do the people who wait to race until like 9 p.m. feel? Like, it would kind of suck if you were one of the guys that had to wait until super late into the meet to run. That being said, if you did like have to leave, like absolutely have to, I mean, you could. You just had to leave with your parents and nobody else. Like, you had to check out with coach with your parents because, well, it was kind of like a safety concern if you were leaving with someone else. Like, the school is still responsible for you. And that leads us into our story. So, one night we were at a long, cold, dreadful meet. It was like snowing. Everyone was wet and cold and miserable. So, one kid, let's call him Carter, he decided he needed to get out of there. He figured coach wouldn't notice if he was gone. I mean, everybody was miserable. Honestly, Mr. Rowe had better things to worry about. So, Carter called his girlfriend and had her pick him up and take him home. And the rest of us tried to warn him. We were like, dude, this is a bad idea. Coach is gonna find out. You'll be totally screwed at practice tomorrow. But of course, he's like, come on, guys, it's fine. And despite all of our efforts to save him, he left anyway. Now, the rest of the night goes by, and the team, well, let's just say we didn't do too great. The distance runners didn't score very many points, sprinters even less, and long jump placed last. So, Coach Rowe wasn't exactly feeling all sunshine and rainbows. Overall, we ended up getting like second to last place in the entire meet, which is pretty bad. And as we all pile onto the bus to leave, somebody on the team makes the mistake to turn on some music. Some of the sprinters had bought like a big Bluetooth speaker, and they went straight to the back of the bus and started blasting music, which Mr. Rowe didn't like too much. Why are we celebrating when we got 7th place? Instantly just started yelling at everybody. Like, why are you happy that we just lost and stuff? Like, which is kind of fair, but like, he made them turn off the music, and so now we're all in like awkward silence sitting on the bus. Mr. Rowe is standing in the aisle making a face like somebody just handed him a bag of dog poop for dinner, and then he goes, all right, I'm gonna take attendance. And that's when everyone realizes that we are screwed. Carter left with his girlfriend, and we are all about to be yelled at for it. But he starts slowly going down the list. Aiden, here. Wyatt, here. Carter? Carter? Where's Carter? Everyone is silent. I said, where's Carter? Eventually, someone near the front speaks up. Coach, he went home. This kid's voice is literally like dripping with straight fear that Mr. Rowe is going to smite them on the spot. But instead, all he says is, do you have Carter's phone number? The kid reluctantly nods his head, and Mr. Rowe instructs him to give Carter a little call. As the phone rings, Mr. Rowe takes the phone and walks out of the bus. And in the next few minutes, all we hear is just yelling. Like, we just hear straight yelling for like 5 minutes, and Mr. Rowe is like yelling at him on the phone. Like, we can't understand what he is saying, but we can just hear him going to town on Carter for leaving. And a few minutes later, he walks back in with the wickedest smile on his face and just goes, don't worry, guys, Carter will be here soon. And everyone's expression just turns to horror as they realized what he was saying. Carter was coming back to the meet so that he could ride the bus home with the team. Now, don't forget, this wasn't like a 15-minute drive. No. These meets were far away. Like, this was an hour and a half away, and it was already 9 o'clock when we were leaving. So we had to wait on the bus for an extra hour and a half until Carter got there, and then an hour and a half bus ride home. And Rowe didn't care. He just said we could all thank Carter for the wait. Absolutely unhinged. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, guys, that's about it for the story. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you run track, leave a comment down below. Let me know which events you run. And as always, if you like the video, please leave a like. And I post more videos just like this one every single week, so make sure you turn on notifications. And finally, use code WornKibbles at W checkout to make sure you get 10% off that glorious W energy with no artificial food dyes. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.